Okay. So what they are? Polymers which conduct current are called as conducting polymers. Polymers which conduct current are called as conducting polymers. That's the introduction to the next topic. Conducting polymers. Polymers which conduct current. Okay. A very new aspect. What we have seen till now, that polymers which we know generally are called conventional polymers, and these polymers do not conduct any current. In fact, they act as insulating materials. How come? These polymers have become conducting. They were three Nobel Prize winning people. Shikawara, I don't remember the names. Actually, there were three scientists. One is Shikawara, one is, let me not waste time. So I'll get back. I'll tell it to you after the class. I mean, tomorrow. Let me check the net. Google it if possible. You do Google who Nobel Prize winners of conducting polymers. You can just see. One is Shikawara. I forgot the names of other two. Okay. So what they saw is like how the idea of conducting polymers have came in is very surprising. It is a very serendipitous invention. Okay. Hope you know the difference between invention and discovery. Huh? No time again.
Ma'am.
Okay. Hope you know it. Okay. So how they invented this conducting polymers is they were surprised. Actually, they stored acetylene. Acetylene is one of the base starting compounds for many polymeric materials. Okay. That is, the monomers are prepared from acetylene. So what they did, they used to store acetylene in the laboratories. Okay. It so happened serendipitously that one huge bottle or the container, obviously acetylene is a gas, and they have put that cylinder of acetylene at a safe place and they left it like that for very long. Of course, it was stored under pressure for many long days, long time. What they realized that when they wanted to open that container, uh, they opened it, but they could not find any gas from that. Then they were surprised. What happened to the gas that was stored in this container? Then they realized that it formed a black color material inside. Okay, it was pretty solid, particularly when they took it out for the refilling of the cylinder. Probably it might have escaped. That possibility is not there, but still, if they suppose that the gas might have escaped as well. But how come there's a black film deposition in that container? Analyzed, they found a polymer called as polyacetylene. That's a new polymer. They got out, and when they studied its properties, they were surprised. They found it to be a conducting material. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so the whole story of this conducting polymers have come in. After doing the structural elucidation of that polymeric material, that is polyacetylene, they have analyzed that, they understood that a polymeric material having conjugation. What it means by conjugation? Presence of double and single bonds alternately is called as conjugation. They found that if polymers are having long chains of conjugating backbones, okay, conjugating structures as their backbones, they hold a property of conductance. But the conductance comes into the picture only upon activation, either by doping or by heating or by photolytic activation or adding any external reagents. That means it will be a semiconducting material. Okay. What are semiconductors? What are semiconductors? Indeed. What are semiconducting materials? మూతికి తాళం వేసుకున్నారా ఏంటి? No one in the class knows what it means by a semiconducting material.
The material which partially allows current.
It will not partially allow the current. No. Vanni mee tips meer undali. You are going to play with all these things. What? Roll number 111. Good morning. Roll number 111. Is he present? 111. Absent? Huh? I take it as absent because you joined now. Stupid boy. Shame. Okay. Don't please manage me. Semiconductors are those materials which conduct current or electricity upon activation. Why? Because of the Fermi energy gap between the valence band and the conductance band is reasonably good. Now, when we talk about the bands, which electrons conduct current? Electrons in which band conduct current? Tell me.
Conduction.
Conduction band. Okay. And which electrons are called valence electrons? I hope you know, every one of you, you know it, but you're not able to understand clearly what is happening. If I take a metal, the atoms are very close to one another, very, very close. That means the valence electron of this atom and the valence electron of this atom are just present side by side. Okay. But if you touch a copper metal, okay, will there be a current shock? No. Why? There is no flow of charge. When there will be flow of charge? In Japan, electrochemistry topic low. When a material starts conducting current, when there is
Potential.
Amaya. Thank you. Those who have answered, I'm very, very happy and thank you. Okay. When there is a potential difference. So, a material is acting as a conducting material due to flow of electrons or ions. And if we're talking in terms of electrons, it is flow of electrons from one end to another end due to potential gradient, through potential gradient. That's an apt one. There. So, the electrons were present in the pure metal. Now the electrons are now in a conducting format. What created this is potential difference. Now what's happening is that when the potential difference is created, the electrons which were innately present in the conducting material, okay, there's a pool of electrons in the pure copper metal, okay, which were present in the valence band. Okay. Now those electrons were called as valence electrons because they were present in the valency shell of the atom. Okay, but they are very active. Why they are active? Because they are single. Fine. Now, by creating a potential gradient, okay, what I have done, I made those electrons which are present in the valence band now to flow in a direction where along the potential gradient. So now the electrons have started hopping between one atom to the another atom, and this band of electrons which are moving from one electron to the one atom to the another atom will form a band called as the conduction band. And the energy difference between valence band and the conductance band is called as Fermi energy gap, which is almost negligible or very, very less in the case of metals. That's the reason why we can quickly conduct current in the case of metals. But it is little considerable in some materials. That means there is a reasonable energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band, like the silicon, germanium atoms, which are having little more energy gap between valence band and the conduction band. Okay, so such materials which will act as conducting materials upon heating or for light activation, like passing UV light. Okay, that means photovoltaic devices and all, or you do doping. Okay, P-type or N-type doping, they become a conducting material. Such materials are called semiconducting materials. And these polymers like polyacetylene, polyaniline and all, okay, are all conducting materials which fall under the category of semiconductors. Okay, that means they need to be activated in order to act as the conducting materials, okay, for current conduction. So why I should take polymers when metals are pretty much present? See, it's very simple. Metals are the materials which undergo quick corrosion, or they're liable to corrosion, and their fabrication is relatively less ease as compared to the organic polymeric materials. And today, in the advent of usage of polymers in every material, what we are opting is that if the polymer itself conducts current, then we have the LED devices which are being used for umpteen applications. Now, what is the target? As I've told you, the TV screens or our mobile screens will be like one. Either it is LED display or LCD display. Okay. Now, how they want the screens to be? That curved TV, quantum dot TV, they'll show, no? OLED quantum dot TV of Samsung. Okay. As if just something is present in front of you happening. Okay. That means ease of handling. Now, they want to create LED screens which I can fold, and that means I can put a TV here, hang it to the wall. I can fold it just like a notebook, and they want to just make the TV screens in such a way that I can fold the TV screen, take and open just like our laptop and hang it to a wall. That's a target of the LED devices or display technology today. That's what they want. How is it all possible? The materials are polymers which are having a capability to conduct current. Okay, that's the main idea. So ఏమర్థమైంది మీ అందరికి? కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్స్ అనేది ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఆపోజిట్. మనం ఇంతవరకు చదివిన పాలిమర్స్ అన్నిటిని ఏమంటాను? కన్వెన్షనల్ పాలిమర్స్ అంటారు. ఆ పాలిమర్స్ కి మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఏముంటుంది అంటే కరెంట్ ని కండక్ట్ చేయవు. అవి ఇన్సులేటింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కింద యాక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. సరే, కానీ ఇప్పుడు కొత్త ఇన్వెన్షన్స్ వచ్చేసాయి ఈ పాలిమర్స్ లో. ఆ పాలిమర్స్ కండక్టింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కింద యాక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాయి. సో వాటి కెమిస్ట్రీ ఏంటి? దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ టెక్నాలజీ. ఏముంది అంటే ఆ పాలిమరిక్ మెటీరియల్స్ లో కాంజుగేషన్ ఉంటుంది జనరల్ గా. అంటే కాంజుగేషన్ అంటే సింగిల్ అండ్ డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఆల్టర్నేట్ గా ఉంటాయి మొత్తం పాలిమర్ చైన్ లో. వాటి వలన కాంజుగేట్ అయ్యి అవి కరెంట్ ని కండక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. సో ఈ పాలిమరిక్ మెటీరియల్స్ జనరల్ గా తీసుకుంటే ఏ కేటగిరీలోకి వస్తాయి అంటే సెమీ కండక్టింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కేటగిరీలోకి వస్తాయి. సెమీ కండక్టర్స్ అంటే సిలికాన్, జర్మేనియం ఎలాగో అలాగే ఈ కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్స్. వాటిని ఏం చేయాలి? కరెంట్ కండక్ట్ చేయాలంటే డోపింగ్ చేయాలి, లేదా హీట్ చేయాలి, లేదా లైట్ ని పాస్ చేయాలి, లేదా కొన్ని మెటల్స్ వేసి వాటిని బ్లెండ్ చేయాలి. చేస్తే అవి కండక్షన్ చేస్తాయి. అందుకనే సెమీ కండక్టింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ అని చెప్పి అన్నా. ఓకే, సో please take down the classification of these conducting polymers. It's very, very important. And after this, I'll take the class. I'll write a classification on the board. Tomorrow, we shall conclude the polymers topic. Okay? Fine? So, quickly jot down the classification. So, what I have written? Conducting polymers, polymers which conduct current. There are of two types: intrinsic conducting polymers and extrinsic conducting polymers. Intrinsic conducting polymers and the other one is extrinsic conducting polymer. Extrinsic conducting polymers. Okay. Now, what are these intrinsic conducting polymers? These are polymers which are having conjugation in their backbone. Okay, that's the most important one. Whereas extrinsic conducting polymers are conventional polymers which are made conducting due to addition of various external reagents. Okay, so that's what I want to write there. So, right. Here, conjugation, I'll write it with a color chalk piece for the identification. Note. Conjugation of the polymer conducts current. Conducts current. Conjugation of the polymer conducts current. Here, additives to the polymer, additives to the polymer makes it conducting. Makes it conducting. Okay. Now, these intrinsic conducting of the board is very clear to you all. Okay. Now, this intrinsic conducting polymers, I've told you, the conjugation means presence of double and triple bonds all throughout the length of the polymer. Is further of two types: activated conjugated polymer, activated conjugated polymer, or it could be doped conjugated polymer. Doped conjugated polymer. Is more clear? Okay. Now, doping can be of two types: P-type and N-type doping. That's what I want to write. I'll write P-type or N-type doping. P-type doping or N-type doping. The activation can be thermal or photolytic. It can be thermal or photolytic. Okay, and hence is the discussion. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, attendance తీసేసుకుంటా ఇంకొక 2 minutes లో ఒక రాసేస్తాం. Whereas extensive conducting polymers are classified into 2 types. Hope you all are writing this. It's important. Straight away question is, write a classification of conducting polymers and hence is the descriptive presentation. Okay. So, extensive conducting polymers are of 2 types. Okay. Elemento-filled conducting polymers. Elemento-filled conducting polymers. Here, blended conducting polymers. Blended conducting polymers. That's a classification of conducting polymers. Okay, that's a classification of conducting polymers. Very fond after question is, write the classification of conducting polymers. This is how they are classified. Okay, intrinsic, extrinsic conducting polymers. What you realize is that if the polymer is conventional polymer, అంటే అది కాంజుగేషన్ లేదనుకో, ఈ మధ్యన అలాంటి పాలిమర్స్ ని కూడా అవి కండక్టింగ్ అయ్యేలా చేస్తున్నారు. ఎలాగంటే వాటిలో మెటల్స్ కానీ గ్రాఫైట్ ని కానీ వేసి ఏం చేస్తారు, అవి కండక్ట్ చేసేలా చేస్తారు. అలా మెటల్స్ కానీ కార్బన్ బ్లాక్ కానీ అలా వేసి అవి కండక్ట్ అయ్యేలా చేస్తే వాటిని ఎలిమెంటోఫిల్డ్ కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్స్ అంటారు. అలా కాకుండా ఒక ఇంట్రిన్సిక్ కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్ అంటే ఒక కాంజుగేషన్ ఉన్న పాలిమర్ ఇంకోటి కన్వెన్షనల్ పాలిమర్ ని తీసుకుని బ్లెండ్ చేస్తే అప్పుడు వచ్చే కొత్త పాలిమర్ ఏంటి, బ్లెండెడ్ కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్, విచ్ ఇస్ అ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ కన్వెన్షనల్ పాలిమర్ అండ్ కాంజుగేటెడ్ పాలిమర్. Okay, and that's a discussion. Fine. So let me conclude the class. Good day to all of you. As soon as I take the attendance, please do join your next class. Okay, but hope you have written the classification very clearly in your notebooks. This is important. Got it? I expect you to write it clearly. So, is that it? Fine. Now I shall write the board. Tomorrow I will conclude this chapter, polymers. Fine. Okay. I am rubbing the board. I've put one question to all of you. Who are the 3 scientists who received Nobel Prize for their contribution in conducting polymer chemistry? Please check, browse the Google quickly before I conclude the attendance, and they have to tell me. That should be your spirit, please. You're not like me, at least I hope. Huh? Don't, you're just 16 plus, not 60 plus. Okay. And this is Vamshi sir. And that's a chemistry lab. Okay, please answer your roll calls and what's the answer? What is the answer? You left? Did you all leave the class? ఏం చెప్పండి, గూగుల్ చేయండి. శిఖవార ఏదో ఒకటి అది. ఇంకో ఇద్దరు ఎవరు చెప్పండి.
Alan J. Hizir, Alan G. Martaramid.
ఏంటి?
Alan J. Hizir.
ఎలెన్ ఒక్క ముక్క అర్థమైతే ఒట్టు. చెప్పండి.